you to know that. There's Christa. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you made it. That's great. I just saw your message. So we're just getting started and stuff. But today what we wanted to do is hear from Christa. And because Christa's been involved with Plexus, she'll tell you her story, but for many years now. And what happened is I was frontline to the company. I didn't have a sponsor when I started in 2008 because I was one of the first ambassadors. So when I got re-involved in 2015, I started looking for somebody that I could work with in Canada, and Christa just really came out on top. First of all, she's just got a goofy sense of humor, which I love more than anything. And she's so professional, and she has built a massive business and is a sapphire with Plexus under all kinds of unbelievable, growth challenges and stuff that were happening. So I tell you, if anybody knows how to do this, it's Christa. So we jumped through the hoops with the company, and Christa was able to adopt me back in 2015, which I just am so grateful for. So without further ado, then I would like to introduce Christa, and I'll let you take it from there, Christa.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all those words of kindness, Monique. I really appreciate that. And, it's funny because we all have different stories. And one thing that I have a cold, so if I sound like I'm in a muffle, in my head it sounds worse. But we all have these different stories, but there's always a common thread that something keeps pulling me back, or Plexus keeps on coming to me. I hear that all the time from people who kind of are thinking about joining, or they've joined and they've never gotten their business going, but they keep hanging in there. I keep hearing that all the time, is Plexus just keeps my attention. And then for other people, it's not meant for them. So I always say Plexus will draw the people to it that is needed to come to this company. And I believe that I have a very special team. I was just to lunch with a girl just prior, like within seconds of getting on this call. I raced home, and I just told her, I said, all of my front line is a very aggressive, dedicated, business-minded front line that I have. And I believe that we bring people to us that we need. And Monique is that person that she just, Sacred Gifts is her life. And I can't wait to try that program out for myself, because I think it's such an important thing to know about yourself. And so I count myself very blessed to have Monique in my life. And I know we're on for a long journey together. So, and it's going to be super fun. So I'm going to share with you how I get into Plexus a little bit. When we were in BC and we're doing corporate events where corporate is there, sometimes you can't be quite as open, so you can't be as real as what you'd like to be. So I'm going to share my story. I watched a friend of mine for 5 months with Plexus on Facebook, and I was just coming off of another company at the time that I really did not have any passion for. I thought I wanted to do it. I thought I loved the products, but it was like treading water against obstacles. And so when Plexus was presented to me, I totally had opposition. I didn't want it, didn't think I needed it. And then 5 months after first hearing about it, again, it pulled on me. So the stories that I was reading behind the scenes, they just kept on pulling at my heart that maybe there is something to this. Maybe, there are different companies out there that are what they say they are. And so I joined up with my friend. She was living in Kentucky and I was living in New Brunswick, Canada. And it was in February. And so Monique had mentioned about obstacles. Literally the next day, despite all of my hesitation to join the company, I got an email from the then president of the time, and it said that Plexus was going out of Canada. And so you talk about thinking I was involved in a scam. It was like, I was like, I just paid my money and now I can't even do business, so what am I involved in here? But again, those products were calling to me. I needed the products. And the previous owner was from Canada. And at the time I just thought, he's Canadian. He's not going to steer us wrong. So I held in for the products only, never really intending to do the business because I had failed at my other program, like company I was in. So May 5th, 2014, 3 months later, we got the email that said that we were allowed to do business in Canada. We were cleared by the government of Canada to do business, but it came with a lot of restrictions. And so at that time, my marriage was failing, and so I had a lot of really personal struggles in my life. My heart has always been to help women to see financial freedom. And that came out of my story of how I got started in Plexus, because literally I was scared to death about what my future was going to be like financially. Waking up in the middle of the night, a panic attack, sweating, hair on the back of my neck, standing up, wondering how I was going to make ends meet. And so when I looked at the comp plan, I really just saw it was like total made sense to me. It has from day one. And I do believe it's my mission to help women financially. As much as we have wonderful products that are changing people's lives, and Monique is a very product-driven person, I'm a very financial-driven person because without finances, we can get stuck into ruts, and it can cause a lot of anxiety in ourselves and division and a lot of hardships too. So it's been something that has really been a passion of mine, is to show other women how to have financial freedom, whatever that looks like for them. And so I hit the ground running and started building a team against huge obstacles. And it was one after another, let me tell you. It was not fun at first. And but I think it was all meant for a reason. And that's how I live my life, is that every hardship you go through is for a purpose. And every obstacle you overcome is to build you stronger. And that's what we did in Plexus with this little team in the Maritimes that started out from a girl who really knew nothing about network marketing other than to be very passionate and very honest and have a humble heart to share it with other people. And that's how we started. And that's the team that we have built. And I think that common thread still runs down throughout the team. We have 3,400 people now on the team. And there's a core group that is a super strong group that has been with me from day one, that really just keeps us stuck together. So it's been a great journey. And then in March 2018, when we opened in Canada, it was a true celebration, because for 4 years we've hung on, and it came with very few obstacles really when we first opened. Like I expected it to be maybe a little bit more challenging, but things kind of fell into place. March was a little sticky as we got used to a couple of new things. And then April opened up to great business, lots added to the team. And May was our follow-up for April. So it was great. And then we just finished up convention 2018 in Orlando. We had 40 people there. A lot of husbands were there with the wives, which was great to see. Our team is full of a lot of guys too, a lot of men. And I think that is it shows an insight of what the team is like when you have a lot of men join you too on these teams that support their wives. So it's just something I really love to see. So we have been building strong for the 4 years, and it's on to diamonds. So, and I can't wait to see what comes out of Monique's team. You guys all had the same sort of story where, you hung on, you've been with the company for a number of years, and now you're back again, and it's for a reason. That's all I can say, is for a reason and a purpose. And you think of the lives that you'll change in the coming years. It really is, it's humbling and mind-blowing all at the same time, that you can touch people's lives and make a difference. So it's a great platform to work from. So Monique, did you want me to jump into doing a PowerPoint, or?
Yeah, that's great. And hey, I wanted to ask you, because I didn't get to this convention. I've been to the others, but how many ambassadors were at the convention?
In total in Plexus?
Yeah.
I think there was about 12,000. It was a smaller venue than Las Vegas, but about 12,000. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What I love about those numbers, and when you talk about your team of 40 that were there, is that that's something that's so important for people that are looking at network marketing, is that you know, up here in Canada, we get to be the beneficiaries of this company's been building and growing down there for over 10 years. So they've really been able to do that work that needs to be the groundwork for us. It's not like a startup for us that's just getting going in the last couple of years, right? They've done all that, laying the foundation down there. I've been to the very first warehouse that opened when it was 3 rooms and there was only 4 people working there. And
Wow.
and I've been to all of their warehouses, and it blows my mind when I think of the very first little place that they were in, and compared to what there is now, like it's just really truly unbelievable. Like you know,
Yeah.
yeah, it
It
is.
truly is. And even like the last 4 years that I've been with the company, I didn't go to my first convention, but I've been to the other. I've been in like it would have been 5 conventions in my time. So I've been to 4 of them. And every year it is just amazing how they've grown and matured. Even, you know, the leadership of the company, how they've grown and matured. And they hit, like 10 years ago, they hit the ground running and running hard. They grew very, very fast, and they had to catch up with themselves. It was almost like it was out of control for them. They were trying to keep all the balls up in the air. Now they've got so much management there that is helping them to carry that, right? So there's a lot of the professionalism, the entertainment, the training is top notch. It really is.
Yeah, and you've been a beneficiary of all the wonderful, the trips, the cars, all of it. So do you know how to do the screen share for the?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see if hopefully it will work on my end.
Yeah. And I'll let you know when we can see it.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, there it is. It says One Plexus.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Okay, so One Plexus is a culture that we have, and it simply means that we all work together. Part of it comes out of our compensation plan too, because we profit share in the company. So I'll explain that a little bit more later. But One Plexus is we all work together without competition, and when you can work that way, I just find that the heart of the company stays true because of that when you do not have that competition in there. And the compensation plan will kind of bring that to light when I explain that too. So I love the One Culture, One Plexus. So I am Christa Howland, Sapphire Ambassador. And people will always say, when are you going to be Diamond? I always say, well, I'll get there when I get there. And I'm not, you know, I love my position where I'm at. And I believe that we're meant to be, I've been Sapphire now for, I guess, 2 full years. And, you know, through that have faced some challenges in growing the business in a country that wasn't even open. So Diamond is on the horizon, and it will be a great celebration. So our leadership in the company for Canada is we're under the direction of Darla Brown. She's from Ottawa. She's our general manager. And then Ken Reed is director of sales and marketing. He's from Montreal, Canada. And then Sarah Boyegard is VP of global sales, and she's based in Arizona. So it goes Darla, and then Ken is who we report to for different things for Canada when we need help. And this is the opportunity meeting that we're going to be doing. And so what if you had the opportunity to think differently? Think outside the box. Network marketing is certainly a different way to, build a business. It's definitely thinking outside the box, and it's a different concept that once you do understand network marketing and how it is built, it's, to me, the very best industry. And, what would be your ideal life? Everybody has a different dream of what they want to be or what they want to do. And what if you could have that ideal life, what would that look like? And what would your place be in that life? And do you have that today? Is that something that is attainable for you in what you're doing today? Or are you looking for something more? Not everybody wants to go to the top of the company with network marketing, and that's totally okay. For everybody, that ideal life is differently, but sometimes that plan B that a network marketing company can bring to you can give you that extra that you're looking for. And this is a video of what if this could change your life. So it's just a couple of minutes long, and we'll just watch that for a sec.
Plexus was originally just a breast health company.
I was looking for a great cause that was going to bring me some extra income.
It's been amazing, the journey that we've all been on.
People had lost hope. And when Plexus came into my life, hope reappeared. So many got to take a change of course in where their life was going.
These are the leaders we got started with in the Gulf Coast. And at the time, Plexus needed their leadership as much as they needed the opportunity.
We were sitting around this table, and we all saw the big picture, and we said, what if?
That's what it's all about. Give the gift of Plexus to everyone you see.
Conceptualize it, dream.
We belong to the best industry in the entire world, and that is network marketing.
When we launched Plexus Slim in 2009, we didn't know what to expect. But 2 years later, we opened our first of 4 locations here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
From when our doors opened, we hit the ground running, and it hasn't stopped since.
This is the side of our first Plexus Opportunity of a Lifetime meeting.
This company's going to grow with or without you.
Our first office and warehouse were less than 2,100 square feet. We're expanding now to over 105,000 square feet, and that is awesome.
I have an amazing team. I would be nowheres without my amazing team. Plexus has just been a huge blessing.
My personal network was through Facebook.
As a nurse, my network was the medical community.
My network was flight attendants and fellow pilots that I flew with.
My network comes from a small town of under 1,000 people.
My network is crunchy moms all across the country.
Plexus came to me at a time when I didn't want it, and I didn't know that I needed it.
When we started, we had less than 10 employees on our staff. Today, we have close to 250, and their one goal is to serve you.
I used to be a news reporter, but now I'm changing life daily for the better, both health-wise and financially.
Every day we hear hundreds of stories about how Plexus has touched people's lives.
It's been absolutely life-changing. But it's been great for the family. They get to be actively involved in their lives.
Life before Plexus and life since is totally different. It has been everything and more than we ever thought it would be.
Because of Plexus, we have the best ambassadors in the world.
Because of Plexus, I have the freedom of time.
It's so nice to be able to do training wherever, and you don't have to be stuck in an office.
Because of Plexus, my husband's home more and we get to raise our 5 kids together.
Because of Plexus, I'm able to donate my time towards charitable causes.
This is my home office.
I'm honored to be a Plexus pioneer with you all, because we are just scratching the surface.
We've come a long ways in a few short years, but we're not done yet. We're going to keep on growing. What if this could change everything for you?
So I love that. What if this could change everything? And that video was done actually probably about 2 years ago. And a lot of those faces are some of my friends in Plexus that I almost get a kind of a little bit emotional when I watch it, because, you know, they've come so far, and it's to be part of a company when you're at the ground floor and to know the top leaders in the company and actually be with them a lot, and to know the background that comes from building these companies or this business, and to know those people. That's a great, it's a comforting thing for me, because I actually know the heart of the company. So that's very important for me. So what is Plexus? Well, we're simply the health and happiness company. And I think, you know, when you're building health and happiness, it's, you know, why wouldn't you want to be part of something that's building health and happiness in people's lives? So our mission is we enhance the health and happiness of others who support, promote, and use our products. A vision and a purpose. We're the right company at the right time. And this is our CEO, Tarl Robinson, and President Alec Clark. Both these men are super humble men. They're funny when they're at convention. They have this, they're growing in themselves too, because again, Tarl grew up in network marketing. He used to help his mom put chairs out in his living room. So he knew about network marketing, but he didn't, you know, do the industry himself. And when he was actually thinking about buying this company, he wanted it to be different because he had seen, his mom and stepdad work in the company, and he wanted it to be different. He wanted it to be, like Monique said, like network marketing, like it could be done, should be done, but rarely ever is. And I think him and Alec both have been very successful at building a company like that, because it is totally different company, totally different feeling and culture. So the right company is door to personal success and financial improvements. We reached number 39 on the DSN Global Companies in 2017, and we're part of Inc. 5000 fastest growing company. So that's something to be very proud of. So what is total wellness to you? Well, it's health, financial security, and purpose. So that's total wellness. How can Plexus help that with you? It's going to replenish your body, fill nutritional gaps created by, and have an active lifestyle. Some of my things are in the way because of where our position and my face is on the screen. So excuse me if I'm kind of not able to read everything on this, but support your energy, immunity, and total health inside out, and manage your weight and feel great. So Plexus can, how can Plexus help you with that? You're going to reward yourself by sharing with friends your network marketing business through a generous comp plan. You get to meet new people as you become part of the Plexus family. Enjoy the satisfaction of sharing health and happiness with others. And I was just with a girl at lunch today, and she was struggling in her life, and it was such an honor to be able to offer her hope of what I had. And, it's up to her what she does with that. But the hope that I knew I had something that all I had to do was to impress upon her my belief of the products and the company, and to offer her hope. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to build somebody up by offering that to them. So did you know that more than 54% of Canadian adults struggle with being seriously overweight? It's a huge number. And then even our next generation, our children, struggle with weight issues. Canadians get about 13% of their calories from sugar, and it's mainly from beverages. Some people are very uneducated about how sugar actually attacks the body, and have no idea or no concept of what sugar is doing to their system. 53% of Canadian adults report feeling tired every single day. And, that puts production down in everything in our life, from whether you're on the workforce or in your daily life, just at home. Being tired, if you can just help somebody with not being tired, that gives that person so much extra added value in their day. So did you know signs that your body is unhappy is stress, gas, indigestion, immune challenges, and fatigue? And all of these, when they are factored together, can play a serious role in your decline in your body and your health. So our Plexus products, Monique, can you see like everything, or is my picture?
It's fine, Christa. If you want to move that little square with all of our pictures, is that what's in your way?
Yeah, it is, but I can't. Maybe you can move it, maybe on your end.
Oh, let's see. How's that?
I still see 3, but that's okay.
So you can just grab it, just click on it and drag it across to the far side, and you can drag it right out of the way. And it'll
Can you give me access to the mouse?
No. See, I think yours, each one of us has it on our screen, and we have to move it ourselves. If you drag it up to the top, the little pictures will go across the top of your screen instead.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, you know what? I'm fine myself, so as long as you guys are okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So when we launched into Canada, we had 9 products, 10 including, like, we had vanilla and chocolate P96, so that made up 10. We didn't bring everything with us from the States, but everything that we brought to Canada is all Health Canada approved, which is absolutely huge for our business. So each bottle has the natural product numbers on it. It's registered with Canada. You can go into Health Canada and view all of that. But certainly being able to say that we're Health Canada approved puts us above even the States, because the States runs a little bit rogue with products, and it's been very challenging to get these products brought into Canada with natural product numbers, but we're super proud of what we have. I'm going to touch on just a few of our top products, but I'll list off what we have just going from the left of the screen over, because I'm not going to mention every single one of them. But we have the Plexus Slim, the pink drink, which has the XOS prebiotic in it. The Bio Cleanse, which is Monique's favorite for many reasons. And then we have our probiotic, which is the Vital Biome. The X Factor is our multivitamin that has aloe in it. And then there's Block, which is going to block 48% of your sugars and carbs. Edge is just an amazing product that gives you enhanced focus. Ease is probably one of the most understated products of all of our lineup, because Ease is a powerful anti-inflammatory that has an amazing stories behind it. Our body cream has spirulina algae in it and activated charcoal, and is a great just overall multi-purpose cream. And then we have the P96, which is our is our snack. It only has 96 calories, 15 grams of protein. And then the crown jewels that were just released these past 2 months is Lean, which is our meal replacement with 20 grams of protein. It's all vegetarian based. Amazing product. There's lots of great stories coming about all the ingredients in that product. And then we have Joyum. We've launched into skincare, which I never would have believed when I first started we would be part of a skincare company. But, they could not have done it better than with what they've done. Joyum, I even love the name, joy. So it brings joy to everybody because we're all now looking younger. We have glowy skin and everybody's loving it. So I'm going to touch on a few of these products that just to highlight some of them. Our pink drink was formulated in 2008, 2009. The primary benefits is to help you manage your weight, helps you support healthy glucose metabolism, helps you maintain healthy blood pressure levels, helps support cardiovascular health, and helps the body metabolize carbohydrates. Now, that's just a few points of what this product does, and actually that's all that we're allowed to say from Health Canada. That's what they've kind of given us to say. But what I want to encourage you to do is go into your back office, and there's sheets on each of our products, in-depth sheets of information. And I really want to encourage you to get into your back office under the Sharing Plexus and read up on each product, because I could literally have a whole training just on the Plexus pink drink and what it can do. And because this call is recorded, I can't say all the marvelous things that it does way outside of what this is saying. So it's just an absolutely fabulous product and goes way above what those primary benefits are saying. Then we have the Bio Cleanse and Vital Biome. So Vital Biome is our probiotic. It has 8 probiotics in it, one of them being Aspergillosis, which I know this for a fact, 100%, because I've done my research, that there's no other probiotic on the market in Canada that has Aspergillosis in it. And I can't go into detail as to what Aspergillosis does, but certainly do a research on that probiotic. It is amazing. And the fact that we have it in our product sets us apart from everybody else's probiotics in the standard that Aspergillosis brings to our products. Just gives us such huge credentials. So it helps support intestinal health, helps reduce bowel discomfort caused by stress, helps reduce abdominal pain with IBS. So think of how many people you know that have IBS. Helps relieve occasional constipation, helps promote favorable gut flora, helps reduce abdominal pain. So again, this product does way more than just that. But the one thing that I was super proud that Health Canada allows us to say is that it helps reduce abdominal pain with IBS. That's very big, and I know the States is not able to make that claim, but so many people struggle with IBS. It's almost, you can't go anywhere where you will not find somebody that doesn't have IBS. BioCleanse, the primary benefits of that helps relieve irregularity, helps relieve occasional constipation, helps to increase water in the intestines to increase fluidity. So it's a great constipation, if you have constipation or irregular bowels. It's also a companion product to Vital Biome, because I like to call it kind of like the dump truck. So the Vital Biome is going to slough off a lot of things in your system, and the BioCleanse is going to put it in the dump truck and take it on out of your body. It's not a cleanse like the name suggests. That name is meaning that it's going to cleanse the bowel in a very gentle way by oxygenating and energizing your system. About 60% of people with constipation report impairment while at work, resulting in a 21% decrease in productivity. So unless you've been somebody that has never struggled with IBS, you don't really understand how debilitating that can be. But I've heard of people, getting on our products, and they would be the people when they go into town, go shopping, they know where every bathroom is. When they go to a restaurant, if they even go to a restaurant, they know exactly where the bathroom is. They, it's always heightened on their mind as to where a bathroom is. And to get on our products and to be relieved of such a thing is just, for them, life-changing. Then our new product is the Plexus Lean, which is a meal replacement. So we've launched into going from just supplements, and amazing supplements at that, to also being a meal replacement company. And then I'll explain later the skincare company. So we're hitting on 3 very targeted, things that are in network marketing that are big and other companies that are solely just those particular things. Plexus Lean is 100% vegetarian, free from GMOs and priority allergens like soy, gluten, and dairy, and free from artificial flavors, artificial colors, and artificial sweeteners. It's free from preservatives, cholesterol, carrageenan, which is in almost everything, and magnesium stearate, and it's low in fat. Also, it has 20 grams of ultra-pure, plant-based, non-GMO protein from pea, rice, and 6 ancient grains, and you can see them listed there. It has vitamins and minerals, and it is also a methylated B vitamin in it, which is so important, because half the population actually struggles with being able to transfer over folate into folic acid. So having a methylated B vitamin in there is super powerful for us. So then the Joyum is our new skincare line. It's a 2-step program, and it's only been on the market since May 5th, and already we're seeing great results. This is our friend Sarah Marble, and Sarah, as you can see, just in 90 days, she was a trial tester. She's an ambassador, diamond ambassador, and is also on the board for Plexus. And you can see the difference in her face, just brighter, clearer. So Joyum, the advantages of it is clinically studied levels of 11 premium anti-aging ingredients, where most skincares have 1 or 2 active ingredients. Exclusive microbiome balancing complex. It's a simplified 2-step regimen, so you will not need anything else. You will not need your eye cream. You don't need your toner. You need your moisturizer. It's simply 2 steps. You cleanse and use your day or your night serum, and you're done. And then during the day, wear your sunscreen. It's the first to market hydrolipid delivery system that transports ingredients deep into the skin. It's safe and clean ingredients. There's no parabens, no phthalates, sodium, lauryl sulfates, artificial dyes, or artificial fragrances. It's effective yet non-irritating retinoid ester. And there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, empty bottle. So, if you haven't tried it yet, highly suggest you get your hands on it. I don't think you'll be using the 60-day money-back guarantee, because everybody is just blown away by it. So it's a known fact that in the States, 11 ingredients only are banned in the States for skincare. In the EU, which we have modeled the Joyum ingredients after the EU standard, 1,300 ingredients are banned. But Plexus took it a step further and put that up to 1,400 ingredients that they would not even consider when they created the Joyum. I don't know where they were going with that, if they plan to go to market in Europe at some point, but they certainly are set up that with this product they can go to market for their the Joyum for the European market, because they've already been following that standard. So it's kind of crazy when you think that in the States only 11 ingredients are banned. So testimonials, normally I would do testimonials, but we've already covered those with Monique and I.
Hey,
So
Christa,
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt for 1 second. Hey,
Sure.
Darla is on the call, and she's got another call she's got to go to. So let's just, we're just gonna pause. We're going to pick this up again. But
okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to have an opportunity for those that are on the call to meet Darla. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Christa, but let's do
worries.
that. And then, yeah, I think it'll work great, and then we can carry on. So you guys, Darla Brown is on the call with us, which is so fun. She's the general manager of Plexus Canada, and she's back east in Ottawa. And she's Darla's been in the industry for 25 years, and she's built a multi-million-dollar business in the industry by helping other people succeed. And she was recruited out of her retirement to come and join Plexus Canada. So she is a perfect fit to pay it forward to others so that they can benefit the way she has from the industry, both personally and financially. So yeah, Darla, it's so great to have you, and I appreciate you tucking us in, because I know you're busy and you've got another call. So thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be here, and I apologize for cutting you off, Christa. I just don't want to, I want to make sure that I get to you, and then I also get to my other call as well. And I'm very excited to be here with all of you. And hello, everybody. It's nice to see your smiling faces there. So is everybody here from across Canada, or are these people from more on the West Coast, East Coast?
Yeah, so everybody that's on the call other than Christa are here on the West Coast, and Carrie is on the West Coast, but she's going to be moving to the East Coast and joining Christa in New Brunswick. And then we've got others that will be listening to the call later on.
Nice.
So it's great to see you, and it was nice to see you on the screen at the event that we had in Vancouver, that some of us were there, and we got to see you there as well. So so Darla, I want to ask you just a couple of questions. So what do you love the most about being able to support the ambassadors in Canada in what you're doing?
You know, I think honestly, my big thing is that I've been very blessed in my life to have people that have always supported me. When I got into the business, you know how when you get into this business, you need to have that support. And so I really believe that paying it forward that way and trying very hard to make sure that the ambassadors are taken care of the way that they should be, that's pretty much my biggest goal. I just want to see people succeed at whatever level that they want. And so the only way that I know how to do that is to try to give them what I've had from my past and be able to share that with the other people that are around me. And hopefully, you know, something will inspire them to want to do the same thing for themselves.
Nice. So what's the, so I have a program called Discover Your Sacred Gifts. So I'm all about empowering people in terms of, you know, really what their gifts are. So what's the thing that you love about what you're doing, like in your job, that you could do all day long, that if you could just do that, it would be so fun and exciting for you?
Being with people. It's as simple as that. You know, again, I get passionate when I see people learning and being able to move forward in their businesses and in their lives personally, and, you know, not just from a financial standpoint, because I think it's really important. Personal development for me, no, there's not a person that I believe ever stops learning. And to have that camaraderie with people, I don't know, Monique, how well you've gotten to know me yet, but Christa sure knows this. I'm a big hugger, and the reason that I'm a hugger is because I believe it brings people together. Yeah, and you know that 13 hugs a day helps your heart, right? And that's a fact. If you look it up online, folks, that's not a fib. It actually makes your heart beat better, and there's a whole story and a whole set of tests about that. So it's an actual fact. So 13 hugs a day, you got to do that. So I try to get that every day, if not more, if I can, because then I figure it's even better for me.
Oh, that's great. Well, then we'll have to get you out here on the West Coast so we can all hug you. We're all huggers here too.
Perfect.
And if they're not, then we train them very quickly how to become really good huggers.
That's
Okay,
great.
so that's the stuff you love. So what do you have to do in your job as general manager that isn't easy, but that you know it just needs to get done to put us on the map? Like, what's the stuff that's challenging for you, but you're doing it for us anyway?
So I'm not your, I'll be honest with you. You know, my challenge for me has always been that I'd rather be out working with people in the field and doing that than putting pen to paper. So it's something that I know has to get done every day, and I make sure that it does get done. But I get it out of the way as fast as I can, because that to me is it's where, you know, you have to get it done, but it's not my passion. The other thing that, you know, can be challenging, and quite frankly, opening a new country, I love it. I'm very excited and I'm very driven to do that. But dealing with a lot of different people and personalities, you have to learn how to be able to do that. So that's come with experience of 25 years of being in this industry, and then prior to that in management, you know, roles before, and being able to, because for me, it's not about who you are, what your title is. It's about being able to create that bond that allows people to really excel at what they do. So there's, you know, I can make it work no matter where I am, but the paperwork part of it, no, not a happy girl when it comes to that.
That's the that expression about eat the frog first, right?
That's why it's in the morning. Yeah, that's why I try to get it done in the morning. Or if ever some of you see, sometimes I'll be sending emails at what I call stupid o'clock. You know, when everybody else should be sleeping. It's just because that way I can get it out of the way and get my day started. So it's early in the morning usually, or very, very late at night.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I can totally relate to that. I was telling the others that going back, having been in network marketing, my sister and I, she's on the call too. Like, we were born into an Amway family, right? So network marketing has been part of our lives, and then going off for 10 years, building my own business from scratch with the Sacred Gifts program, and coming back to network marketing has been the best thing about it, has been how easy it is to do this. I was telling them, compared to building a business from scratch. I tell you, it's so, I get the part about the admin and all the stuff that is the frogs you got to eat every day, but you know, but the blessings certainly make up for it. Okay, so so lastly, I want to ask you, so what can we do, you know, as ambassadors now, we're all one Plexus, so what can we do to support you? Because this is really your, man, you've got the big job here of getting this all happening for Canada and getting it going and keeping it going. So what can we do as ambassadors to support you, Darla?
So the first thing I'm actually going to say is that I don't have the big job. I have the name and title of GM, and I say that because I believe that the only way that Canada or any other country that we go to in the future is going to grow is if we do it together as a team. And so I think the most important thing, if I was to give a piece of advice to anybody and to help to grow Canada, is to share this with everybody and be very cognizant of what you're doing. In other words, if you're asking people about the business and product and happiness and health and their personal development, find out about them first, ask those questions so that you can help them to relate into the business of Plexus at whatever it means to them. I think that we have I know that we have an extraordinary opportunity with Plexus. I have worked in this industry for years, and I've never seen a company like this. And last week, just to say, I'll give you a little sort of tip or insight. I was at the office last week after convention, and it just blows me away that, you know, we come back from convention and we are right into the next thing. And so from the field standpoint, I think the most important thing is to get this out, and let's make this name, this company, a household name. And by doing that, we're going to change lives. And I honestly believe that that's, if you can honestly share that attitude with people, nobody is ever going to think that this is about you. They'll always know that it's about them, that you're caring about them. And if you take yourself out of the picture and you put them first, I guarantee you we will have an explosion here in Canada. But we got to get at it, and we can't be quiet, and we can't not talk. You know, that's not going to get us anywhere. We're going to stay the same as where we are, which is great. But I mean, I think honestly, my belief is that we can double the business this year. That's my feeling. And we're on track to make that happen, but we've got to keep that motivation going. And that's by just sharing who we are and how wonderful this company truly is, and the values and the ethics that we have. And I think it's important for people to understand that there is ethical companies out there that have values that align with them. And I think most people, that's what they're looking for, is something that they can be a part of that aligns with who they are as a good person. So anyway, that's my ask.
Nice. Oh, that's wonderful. I really appreciate you being here with us, Darla. That's super special. And I know that you're really busy. So I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And we're going to get to know each other really, really well. And myself and many that are on this, that you can see on the screen right now, we are like crazy event people, Darla. Like we have been, running professional events in companies for years, and we love events, and we love putting on events. So I'm setting the intention. It won't be too long before, as our team, we're going to have an event. We're going to have you out here, so it'll be great.
Absolutely.
And we can all
love to come.
We can all hug.
All right. Well, I hope some of you are going to see me in Kelowna. I don't know where you are in BC, what part of BC, but I am there next week. So if you do get a chance, I would love to have you and your guests there. Love to see you there. I know that we had to open up registration and make the room bigger, which is exciting, already twice. So that's great. What we thought was going to happen, and you guys are blowing us out of the water. So I'm pretty impressed. So the West Coast is a pretty great place, I have to say, and I'm excited about going there.
Good. That's excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much, Darla. We're going to continue on with Christa's presentation, and thanks again. Really appreciate it.
Have a lovely day, guys. Bye. Nice to meet all of you.
Bye. Thanks for that, Christa. I really appreciate you to pause there.
She's fabulous. She has a great heart. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just continue on. It's actually, I think it's perfect timing too with where she finished off. So it was meant to be.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so the stats of where we're at. So global industry is strong with retail sales of 182 billion. Close to 800,000 Canadians are involved in social marketing. So Canadians are very receptive. We have about 33 million people in Canada, and there's different provinces that are more receptive than others, and definitely the West Coast is ahead of the Maritimes, I would say, just from what I've been observing. 70% of the home-based businesses succeed within 3 years versus 30% of regular businesses, and 44% of home-based businesses are started for under $5,000. And interesting enough, Plexus is only $43 a year. So that's pretty crazy. What is social marketing? So it provides a product via word of mouth. It's an effective distribution system that eliminates the middleman, and it brings a higher quality product at a lower cost to consumers. And why social marketing? Like what is attractive about social marketing? And it's that, through retail sales, when you go to the store to buy, whatever it might be sitting on the store shelf, it goes from a manufacturer, wholesaler, to the warehouse, to the advertiser, and then to the retailer, and then to you, versus social marketing goes directly from the manufacturer directly to you, cutting out all those in-betweens and therefore a higher cost too. So it's a proven system of success. You're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And I would have to say that goes hand in hand with our One Plexus culture too, because we teach that often. You're in business for yourself. You definitely own your own business and you run it the way you want to run it. But when you need help, you're never by yourself. And the One Plexus culture, if I could reach out to anybody in Plexus if I needed to, most likely I would get an answer from somebody right away. Whereas in other companies, you might have that pitting against team, and they might not want to share their secrets with you. But in Plexus, you're never by yourself. So you can build it also alongside your current job, There's no stress of building. And again, our compensation plan takes that stress out of things. And as I've talked about, we have one Plexus. So the compensation plan, as much as we have great products that are state-of-the-art with scientific backgrounds, our compensation plan is totally different than any other compensation plan. And the story goes that Tarl and the previous owner, Alfred, they wanted something different in the compensation plan because they had seen inadequacies in other compensation plans where people would work really, really hard and not be compensated for their efforts, or worst case scenario, a company would fold and the person, the distributor, would be without any business at all after spending years building an organization. So they came up with a compensation plan that is solely the Plexus compensation plan, and it is totally different. I'm just going to give you some highlights, but if anybody has any questions afterwards, certainly feel free to ask too. So we have, in Canada, we're paid 10 different ways. In the States, we're paid 11 different ways. But in actuality, we're paid 11 ways in Canada too. It's just formulated differently. So we have the Fast Start Achievement, the one-time achievement bonuses, preferred customer, Plexus pay points, which means we profit share in the company, retail rewards commissions. We have retail rewards overrides on all your first level. There's the Emerald Pool, the Sapphire Pool, the Diamond Pool, and the Diamond Re-Entry Pool. And then we also have business building bonuses that are factored into our pays also, but it's not part of our compensation plan that you actually see it on the compensation plan. And this is just a path to the balanced business of where what sets us apart in Plexus, and this is, I was training a girl today about this, 100 PV or 100 personal volume, which basically works out to a Vega Slim, a Vital Biome, and the BioCleanse. That would give you roughly about 100 PV. So that's all we need to do is 100 PV per month. If you want to add extra customers after that, you're totally welcome. Have a great time doing that. We get an extra commission by having customers, but all Plexus requires is 100 PV. So if everybody on your team does 100 PV, that's when the profit sharing points start calculating. And so just always remember our compensation plan centers around 100 PV and not customer sales. So if you want to have a balanced month, an idea would be to have 3 new ambassadors each month and then 3 new preferred customers. That would be a perfect balanced month for you. And if you could do that every single month, you would over time have a very fresh, consistent business. And some people want to build faster and harder, and that's great too. But for myself, I've always just brought in 3 new ambassadors. In fact, I was telling a friend today that I was in April brought in 5, and in May I brought in 1, and I figured 5 plus 1 was 6, so I did my 3 for the month and averaged it out over the 2. So, and that's really worked very well for me. It's consistent growth, and it's also attainable for me to train my people, to have that connection with my people, and give them the attention that they need and require. But some people can do much more than that. Here is our 2016 income disclosure. We don't have our 2017 yet. And at a silver ambassador level, which is the third little block that you see, where 8.96% of the company is silver. And silver will give you an income of $3,700. That's U.S. funds. All of our, anytime you see a U.S. amount, it is multiplied by the exchange of 1.25506. So we have a set exchange in right now. And this is the U.S., even though it says Canada, it's actually the U.S. Amount. And so my daughter, who's 20, is now working towards being silver. And so I was putting her through the different, modules and things like that for her to work on. And she said, Mom, if I'm a silver ambassador, I'm going to be making, 300 to 250 thereabouts extra a month. And she said, that's a lot of money. Like, she's 20, kind of looking at extra income, her plan B. She's like, that's like my groceries for the month. So she really broke it down as to how important even being silver is. And that really excited her to think that she would be making from her phone an extra $250 to $300. So this is where I always tell people, we all have different ranks we want to be at. We all have different goals. We all have different things we want to do in life with what we make Plexus to be. Some people are happy doing the silver rank. Some might want to be gold, 18,000. Ruby, 30,000. Senior Ruby, 49,000. And then you can see the big jump between Ruby and Emerald. It pretty much doubles. And the reason for that is because at Emerald, you're jumping into that nice jewel pool. The first jewel pool is 3% of the revenue of Plexus. So there's a nice jump there at the Emerald rank. That's where you get your trip to Hawaii. You get a new Lexus car that's a 3-year lease that Plexus totally looks after. And then the next jump would be Sapphire, which is $172,000. And you're into the 1% pool along with the 3% pool of Emerald. And then from Sapphire to Diamond, wow, there's a huge jump there between 172 to 418. And that's because at Diamond, there's another pool that you're going to jump into, which is a 1% pool, and that all the diamonds get to take advantage of. So there's huge opportunity for whatever you're looking at Plexus to be for you. And a lot of times what I'll do if somebody's not sure what they want to do, because I never train people to blow their business out of the water or to make it unattainable for people. So I'll usually just say, if you want to quit your job, for example, what rank would that look like to you? Or if you're looking for a plan B, maybe you want to go on a vacation this year, maybe you want to put a wedding on for one of your children. What rank would that look like? And break it down that way, make it very easy for them. The other thing to notice too is on the left-hand side where it says 2016 ambassadors versus the customer ratio, 39% of our company are ambassadors with a big 61% as customers. So that shows that in Plexus, it's not all ambassadors that are bringing in the revenue for Plexus. It's actually 61% of it is customers. So not only are ambassadors putting in their 100 PV, they're also going out and making their commission extra by bringing in customers too, even though the 100 PV is all that they are required to do. So it's an absolutely genius compensation plan that works for the customer and the ambassador. And then the Plexus culture is amazing. I mean, we spend time when you go on the trips and you go to convention and you get to have those one-on-one conversations. And especially what I find now, bringing Plexus to Canada, there's been a lot of close conversations with leadership and sitting around having dinner and talking with other jewels who are helping you to bring this company to Canada. And so you really see, I always say that when the guard's down, that's when you see people's true colors. And I can honestly say that in all my conversations and all the building of what we've done and the discussions and everything, never once have I ever been disappointed in either ambassador or corporate personnel. They've always, what you see is what you get, and total professionalism. And I love that culture, and with a heart for people, to serve people and to bring the very best to people. And it's an amazing culture that unless you are part of it to see it from the inside at events and just getting out to those corporate events, things like that, like you have a Kelowna meeting coming up next Monday, that's when you really see the heart of the company and our culture. So how to be part of the Plexus family? There's 3 different ways. You can be a customer, which is a preferred customer, or retail. Preferred is there's no fee to be a preferred customer, but you do get an instant 15% discount. And after 4 months, you get an extra 10%. So as a preferred customer, who is a preferred customer for 5 months, you get an actual 25% that you'll get off of all the products. And then there's ambassador, which is $34.95 US per year, or $43.86 Canadian. And that's for a year. That gives you your website, gives you all your training, gives you Success on Demand, which is your reading materials, things like that. Every single thing you need to run your business is yours for $43.86. As soon as you hit that submit button, you have your own website to begin doing your own home-based business. And then we have welcome packs. There's the support pack, which is a Slim, BioCleanse, and X Factor. And then we also have the lifestyle welcome pack, which is Slim, X Factor, and Ease. We have the action pack, which is the Slim, P96, and the Block. And then we have the balance pack, which is a Slim, Vital Biome, and BioCleanse. And those are $99.95 US or $124.25 Canadian. Now again, the US has different welcome packs, so if you're dealing with US ambassadors coming on board, they have different welcome packs than ours. And they don't have the names. Ours have names to them now, so which makes it kind of fun and easy to break down what they're for. So where will your next journey be? What do you have for your goals? What are your dreams in your life? And is Plexus part of that? Can Plexus be part to help you to get to your next goal in life that you want or need? Opportunities don't just happen, you create them. So we're all in control of our destiny, that, what we want out of life, and it's up to us to create them. So Monique, that's everything that I have.
Oh, that's so great. I really appreciate it because Stella, Irene, possibly even Sally, I think, and others that are going to be listening to the call haven't had a chance to really have a complete presentation like this. So it's really wonderful because we've been watching the American presentations for so long, right? So and I didn't even realize it was going to be like an all Canadian thing. So it was so good. You did it good. Okay, you guys. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you being on here. It's fun for me to kind of get back into this. And I'm not kidding when I said to Darla, like, we are event people. We know how to put on great events, and it'll be fun to build towards that, build our teams and start doing that where we can be together in person and we can all hug each other. All right. So for each of you, I would just say the action step is to do whatever your one next step is from what you've heard today, whatever it is that you want to do. If it's time to sign up as an ambassador, if it's time to order your products for the first time, if it's time for you to share the opportunity with somebody else, if it's time for you to, whatever it is, to take your one next step, that's what we want to do. And Christa and I are here to support you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And thanks for being on the call, you guys. Bye for now.
Thank you, Christa. Thank you, Monique.
See you later.
Bye.